Hello and welcome to Echoes of History. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today's journey takes us deep into the heart of the Central Asian steppes, where we uncover the story of Mete Han, the Turkic ruler who forged the first great steppe empire, challenged the mighty Han dynasty of China, and rode beyond the Great Wall itself. The 3rd century BCE. Central Asia was a world without borders, a vast sea of grass where only the strong survived. Nomadic tribes moved with the seasons, their lives bound to the herds that sustained them. But this freedom came at a cost: endless conflict. Tribes clashed over grazing lands and water. Alliances shifted with the winds. To the south, the Han dynasty rose as a powerful force, seeking to secure its frontiers. To the west, rival nomads threatened from every direction. The Xiongnu, ancestors of the Turks, held sway over these lands, yet their unity was fragile until one man would rise to bind them together under a single banner. Around 234 BCE, a prince was born to the Xiongnu ruler Tuman. His name was Mete, known in Chinese chronicles as Modu Chanyu, but his birth was not a blessing. His father favored another son, born of a different queen. To rid himself of a rival, Tuman sent Mete as a hostage to the Yuezhi, a neighboring tribe. In the ruthless politics of the steppe, this was more than exile, it was a death sentence. Yet fate was on Mete's side. He escaped captivity, returning to the steppes hardened, wiser, and more determined than ever. But to survive among wolves, he would need more than courage. He would need absolute loyalty, loyalty proven in blood. Mete devised a cruel but brilliant test of loyalty. He crafted a whistle arrow, its shriek commanding his men to strike without hesitation. First, he loosed it at his prized horse. The loyal obeyed. The hesitant fell by Mete's sword. Next, he aimed at his beloved wife. Again, arrows flew. Finally, he turned the whistle arrow toward his father, Tuman. Those who faltered died where they stood. In that moment, Mete forged his true army, bound not by kinship, but by fear, discipline, and unshakable obedience. His rise to power had begun. With his loyal warriors, Mete struck at his enemies with unrelenting fury. The Donghu to the east, once a threat, were crushed. The Yuezhi to the west were driven into distant lands. One by one, the rival tribes of the steppe bent the knee. For the first time in history, the nomads of the steppe stood united. Mete had transformed scattered clans into a single, disciplined confederation. This was more than conquest. It was the birth of the first steppe empire, the foundation upon which future Turkic and nomadic empires would be built. Mete's genius lay not only in unification, but in transformation. He reorganized his army into a decimal system, units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Orders traveled swiftly across the battlefield through flags and whistles. The cavalry was his greatest weapon. Mounted archers, wielding composite bows of wood, horn, and sinew, struck with unmatched precision. They were a living storm, appearing from the horizon, raining death, and vanishing into the steppe before the enemy could respond. Against this fury, no sedentary army could stand. To the south, the Han dynasty built the Great Wall, a colossal barrier meant to hold back the nomads. But no wall could contain Mete Han. His cavalry crossed the wall with speed and ferocity, striking deep into Chinese lands. Cities fell, fields burned, and the Han court trembled. The wall, once a symbol of protection, became a monument to futility. The Chinese soon learned that stone and mortar could not stand against the thunder of Turkish hooves. Defeated in battle and desperate for peace, the Han emperors offered silk, gold, and even royal princesses in marriage. For the first time, China acknowledged the Turks as equals. Mete Han was not only a warrior, he was a statesman. His empire controlled the arteries of trade that later became the Silk Road, commanding wealth and influence. He wrote letters to the Han court, demanding recognition, asserting equality, and warning of his power. These letters reveal a ruler not blinded by conquest, but guided by strategy, balancing war with diplomacy. His reign was one of both terror and order, conquest and consolidation. Through strength and cunning, Mete had carved out an empire respected and feared across Asia. Mete Han's death, around 174 BCE, marked the end of an era, but his legacy endured. He had proven that the children of the steppe could not only raid, but rule. His system of governance, his military strategies, and his vision of unity inspired generations. From Attila, the Hun to Genghis Khan, from the Turks to the Ottomans, the echo of Mete Han's empire resounded through the centuries. For the Turks, Mete Han is remembered as the first great emperor, the founding father of their long imperial tradition. A man who defied walls, defied empires, and carved his name into the eternal winds of the steppe. You've been watching Echoes of History. What are your thoughts on Mete Han, the first great Turkic emperor who defied the Great Wall and reshaped the destiny of Asia? Share your views in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us on our next journey into the echoes of the past. We'll see you in the next episode.